blood typing is an important concept in healthcare and an important component of learning to keep your future patients safe. Human blood types are classified into one of four types: Type A, Type B, Type AB, and Type O blood. This is often referred to as the ABO blood typing system. When giving blood transfusions to patients, you must correctly identify the patient's blood type in order to give a safe blood type. On the surface of each of your red blood cells, you have a molecule of carbohydrates, proteins, and lipids that are found projecting from the cell. These are called antigens, and they are found on the surface of our cells to help to determine if a cell belongs to us or if they are considered not part of us, and we try to eliminate them. For someone with O-type blood, their red blood cells contain an H antigen, which is a base molecule for all red blood cells and is considered the start of all antigens. In patients with A-type blood, they have an H antigen that has extra sugar molecules added to identify it as an A antigen on the surface of the red blood cell. A person with B-type blood will have the H antigen, and a slightly different set of sugars attached to that is identified as a B-type antigen. A person with the AB blood type has a mixture of both A and B-type molecules on the surface of their blood cells. You have another antigen on your blood cells that is called the Rh factor, also known as the rhesus factor, and is usually indicated by either being positive or negative. It may also be referred to as the D antigen. This is an antigen or molecule that is separate from the ABO antigens that are present. A person with a positive Rh contains an Rh antigen on the surface of their red blood cells. If a person is Rh negative, the patient's blood cells do not contain this antigen on the surface of their red blood cells. About 85% of the population is Rh positive. Let's do an example of the antigens found on the surface of a red blood cell. This is a positive type blood. It has the A antigen on the surface, making it the A-type blood. The positive portion means that it has the Rh factor antigen on the surface of the cell as well. This is type A negative blood. As it is a type blood, it contains the A-type antigen on its surface. The Rh negative designation means that it does not contain the Rh factor on the surface of the red blood cell. It is missing. If you give someone a mismatching blood type, you may cause the patient's blood to agglutinate or clump together and start to undergo hemolysis, meaning the red blood cells start to break apart. This becomes a life-threatening medical emergency for your patient. The patient may experience fever, chills, nausea, vomiting, tachycardia, and hypotension and shock. This often happens within the first hour of the blood transfusion. Why does this happen? We have antibodies that move about the fluids in our body that detect if cells are the same or if cells are foreign. They then attach to the foreign object and help to eliminate it. It is doing it for our own good, in fact. So let's look back at our type A blood type patient. Remember that they had a type antigens on their surface. If you give them A-type blood as a donor, great news. The donor blood also has A antigens on its surface, and the patient that is receiving the blood will recognize it as self and not as foreign and agglutinate. If, however, you give the A blood type patient B-type blood, they will have a reaction. The person receiving the donation has A-type antigen on the red blood cell surface, and the donor blood has B-type antigens on its surface. The donor's body will recognize this as being foreign and have an agglutination reaction. The blood type A patient might now get a blood donation from a person who has type AB blood. Will this work? Let's take a look. The type A patient has type A antigens on the surface of its red blood cell. The person with type AB blood has both A-type and B-type antigens on its blood cell. The type A portion will not cause a reaction in the patient, but the B-type found on the cell will be recognized as foreign and the blood will agglutinate. Lastly, what about a type A blood patient getting a donation with type O blood? Remember that type O blood just has the base H antigen, which causes no foreign reaction at all, as this is the base for all red blood cells. As there is no foreign antigen to recognize, type O blood will not create a reaction and can be donated to a patient with type A blood. What about the Rh factor? An Rh positive patient can receive a transfusion with both positive and negative blood donations. An Rh positive patient matches the same antigen and is not recognized as foreign. An Rh-negative donor does not have the protein, so there is nothing that would be recognized as foreign, so this donation is fine as well. An Rh-negative patient can receive an Rh-negative donation, but cannot receive an Rh-positive donation as it will recognize the D antigen as a foreign substance and a glutenate. Let's take a patient with a negative blood. We already determined they could receive a type blood and O-type blood. They can receive negative type blood only as a negative patient can only receive negative type blood donations. Understanding blood typing is really important to keeping your patients safe when they need a blood transfusion.